What's up, y'all? It's Boss Talk back at it again. We got another local black-owned business bringing exposure to. Today we at LASHAYS Event Venue out in Florissant. And we're about to see what it's all about.
What happens is, I just need, we don't put 3 hours into the thing, so if that thing is at 6, that means you have to be here. You can start at 9, that means the 8 o'clock setup. So when from 8 to 9 we don't charge, it's free, and your party start at 9. They have Thanksgiving. There's nothing on that Friday right now. It's empty.
Anything but a toy.
What's up, y'all? I'm Ryan, one half of Boss Talk STL, and today, sitting with the owners of LASHAYS, got Mr. Sean and April Isaac here. How y'all doing today?
Good. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. So, as y'all know, Boss Talk STL, we highlight different black businesses and different black companies throughout the St. Louis area. And what we're doing is just trying to bring exposure and help our community start uplifting each other and showing that we can come together.
Okay.
And coming through LASHAYS, I just wanted to know when was LASHAYS established?
It was, give her a chance to talk.
You fine, we don't both talk.
It was established in July of 2019.
Okay, 2019. So that's what, 4 years?
Yeah.
Going strong?
Yeah, exactly. This 4 years and about 3 months, so yeah.
Okay. And so what influenced y'all to start an event venue?
We definitely had different good deals.
Mine was, I used to decorate, do baskets, diaper cakes. I actually, before 2019, I guess it was like maybe 2012, 2013, it was more like a traveling LASHAYS that a lot of people don't know about, but I got it on photo. I used to go to people's houses and do parties. They would have a baby shower. I would do the gifts. Me and LaShawn would set up their house. And people were like, who is that? I'm like, we call LASHAYS. It was kind of weird because instead of the family doing the baby showers, we traveled to people's houses. Brought this thing called a diaper cake. It was made out of diapers. I played the games. I gave out the prizes, but I did not know the people, so we kind of did it mobile. But people was like, y'all should DJ and decorate. I'm like, I don't decorate. They said, but y'all always DJing. Y'all always making stuff for people. And we're like, and I told him, he was like, I don't know. I said, well, if I ever got a spot, I wanted a spot where people could dance, have a party, my friends to sell stuff, and exercise. He said, yeah, that sounds good. And I went exercising down. It was called 907 Dance Studio. It's right next to Love Lounge on the end of Lindbergh. And we down there exercising, and she was like, I don't like this place. I keep having problems with it. I'm like, well, what's wrong with it? I said, it seems like it's perfect. And she's like, it's okay. And she was doing rentals then, Nina Reyes. That's one of my Facebook friends. Shout out to her. I said, well, can we go half on the rent? And so we went half on the rent. We was charging $30 an hour. And the room was like a fourth of this room. But when I tell you, we can throw a party anywhere. So we would have like 5 tables against the wall. And people would have parties. Then we just kept booking. Well, first I went home and told him about it. And he said, okay, that sounds good. So we tried it with her. We did half. We had booked so much that she didn't even get the book. We started booking. He's like, we need a bigger spot. And then he's like, I found one. So what his take on, Sean's take on why he got the event space. But that was the reason why I wanted this event space.
Yeah, that was basically it. It was a opportunity that we had where we started off slowly and wanted to grow. And it was faith led us to a spot that we learned the business down there in the 902. And then we just ventured out and, went on, and it just, footsteps just lined it up to perfect where it came LASHAYS to a bigger one. But the main reason was, again, we always wanted to have some parties because in Florida, we incorporated where we live at. We couldn't use the rec centers, we couldn't use the parks. You can't use certain things because you're not Florissant, but you're not with Florissant, which is crazy. And because certain, even police stations ran by St. Louis County, not with Florissant, but an address in Florissant. So to alleviate that was another reason why we jumped on, because we had a spot we can have where we can have our own parties and not rent out to the rec center or have to have proof of residency or anything like that.
Right. Okay. So that's what's up. And LASHAYS, y'all, I heard the impact that y'all have in the community just by you saying that, not being able to do things like that. If somebody was to say how much of an impact y'all have in this community, what would you think they would say?
I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being great, I would say we're 9. Because I get a lot of people who don't have to cross that river to St. Charles and deal with them, or have to go down there past Goodfellow and Union and deal with the threat of Pookie being bad. I mean, just for lack of better words. So yeah, it's a perfect location, and impact is basically where we can have somewhere to go and party. And like saying, now they have other businesses in Florida, they popping up, but we more likely probably been the longest because again, when we first opened up, all those businesses were they wasn't even there. None of them were there. It was just when we opened up, it was like 902 where we was at, and LASHAYS, and it was nobody. Maybe might have 1 or 2, but now it's like 8 or 9 different event centers out there in Florida. So we was originated. Not saying it's no big deal, because plenty to share. It's just that we know our impact is priceless because one story that I'll cover real quick, had a lady who had a baby shower, and she had her 1-year-old birthday party, 2-year-old birthday party, and just had a 3rd-year-old birthday party. So all 4 years she came back. And I told her I'll see her next year.
Okay.
So basically, and she's really happy, good customer, and she's been happy with all the birthday parties and baby showers she had.
And speaking of baby showers, birthday parties, what all events do you all cover? Like, is it something that you can't do, or y'all just any event?
We have dance. We have dance classes on Mondays and Tuesdays. A young lady that's been teaching her for 2 years. That's amazing because it's hard to find dance teams for young ladies so they can have some kind of structure. So they dance on Mondays and Tuesdays. Wednesdays we have Trapezide here with Renee. I teach Sexy Belly every first Monday. Sometimes my daughter do dance work every first Monday. We do birthday parties, graduations. We started doing repasses a couple years ago because at first I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to make money off of, people's sadness, but people do repass different now. They have parties, they have cutouts, they have DJs, they be sliding. So I'm like, all right, fine. They're like, it's a celebration, it's a homegoing. So at first I was totally against repass, but sadly enough, we got to go. So people have been having a lot of repass here. We had a church here. A lot of people didn't know about that. We had that was great. I met this young lady at I worked at a retreat center. A lot of people didn't know that. I worked at Palestine. I was a cook at a retreat. We met, we exchanged numbers. One day she was like, I said, this lady want to start a church at LASHAYS. She said, she know you. As soon as she called me, her number came up. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this. We crossed paths a long time ago. They said, we just want to rent y'all out. We want to start off our own church. Once we get a following, we're going to get our own. Bam, they got their own church. I'm so proud of them. The Mosleys. Great couple. They did just what they said they was gonna do. They rented it out. That's the best thing about LASHAYS. It's an open area. We don't have a lot of pillars. They had the mic stands. They had devotion. They had the chairs. They had the pews, the microphones. They was in here preaching. They kept the congregation kept growing and growing and growing. And like, guess what? We found the church. The church was amazing. They got their own church now. They've been there a year or two. We've been over there to visit them. So we actually used to have a church on Sunday. We used to have soul food Sundays. I did vendor events for 3.5 years. Some rules changed with Florida, so I can't do vendor events anymore. That was another big thing that I used to do here. We've had a few shows here, a few fashion shows here. Doc, he just did a model casting call here last week. He did a podcast here. So we utilize the whole event space. I tell people all the time, if you have any ideas, let me know, and we'll try it out. And see, we had Willie C did a comedy show here one time. We tried it. They got a little lit. It was some security here. So it's some things we do and some things we don't, because we can't have subleasing, which you cannot rent our space out and then charge for events. We do give backs. We allow Girls for Life. They had a few events here. Or if somebody tells us they have an organization, we might let them do a fundraiser here, but we actually have a contract. You have to follow the rules of the contract. And we will let you basically rent it out for, we've had 1-year-old parties, 2-year-old parties, 90-year-old parties, 70-year-old parties. We done had live bands here, jazz sessions. Kevin Evans has been here at a couple events. Fashion shows. So we do a little bit of everything because the space is wide open. I mean, we are very economical, as Sean says. So it don't cost a lot to rent us out. So you pay the small fee to rent us out, but then you can just show off with your cake and your, we done had somebody jump out of a Barbie box before. Somebody had a hearse outside. He was going to school. He's like, can I have them put my gifts in the hearse? Because I'm going to school to be a more serious. We were like, okay. So everybody like, what's going on down there? So we done had somebody riding a horse in the parking lot. We done had a little bit of everything here, because sometimes when we do the contract, they tell us everything they're gonna do, and sometimes they don't. So we hope that people will be honest, because at the end of the day, as Ms. Dyson said, we want your business, not your money.
Right.
But we expect you to leave our space just like you found it. A lot of people ask us why we don't have a website, why we don't have a commercial, why we don't have a billboard. We're blessed. When people say they're booked, busy, and blessed, we really are. We get calls every single day, and every call that we get, every third call is a no. We don't have anywhere to put anybody. We tried to get a second location, but we want it closer. It's really hard to get event spaces now, because a lot of people kind of mess it up for others. So we tried to get a second event space, but that's why we don't do a whole lot of advertising, because we don't have anywhere to put anybody. We're just that blessed. We are booked. We're booked into next year. We have repeat customers. I was here 4 years ago, or April, I was a vendor. I have vendors that come back and book parties. So I have people that book parties that are vendors. So yeah, the impact, I've met a lot of people that were vendors. They have their own food shops now. They have their own stores. You have people that used to be vendors in my very spot now do their own vendor events. So if I truly say that, yes, we were an impact. We didn't know it was this big. People tell us all the time, y'all, did a great thing, for the community and the neighborhood. And we didn't even know. We just wanted, like I said, all I wanted to do was exercise, have parties, and a place for my friends to be in that didn't have stores. And some people don't. LASHAYS was one of the places they stop by. I tell people all the time, like I told you, thanks for stopping by on your way up. So it's a lot of people that's been through LASHAYS and doing like super big things. I had a young lady tell me one time, because of LASHAYS vendor events, I don't have to work another day in my life. Her item is in stores now. Another vendor, they was saying one time, I said, you too big for my spot. She's like, what you mean? I said, y'all ain't never coming back. And sure enough, they have their item in stores. The Thomases, they have the seasonings, and they do all big events at big stores now. So yeah, it's definitely an impact. And we didn't know, we didn't set out to do that. That's not why we did it. We just did it, and people tell us the stories all the time. We hear stuff all the time about the show.
And I got a two-part question right here. I want to know, being a business owner, what's been the most difficult part of this, and then what's been the most fulfilling part of this as well?
Most difficult part, cancellations. Because we have a very lenient cancellation policy. So what happens is, when you give me your word you're gonna be here on that date, I take it off the system and I protect your date. But then you call me a week, 2 weeks, a month that you can't do it. I done told 10 people they can't have that date. And that's kind of frustrating, because you need to make sure you're gonna follow through with your event, because I know life happens, but still, not only you losing money, you losing people have opportunity to get their memories made, because you wasn't quite sure with yours. So that's one of the most frustrating things for me. And it's not about the money, it's about the opportunity. Now I gotta try to find these people, and more likely you're not gonna find them again, because they went on and did bigger things and better things. One of the most fulfilling thing is that front door. So many people cried so many tears from surprise parties, from grandmas to Uncle Joe, that they didn't know. And so basically we helping people start memories or continue their memories, because life is short. Again, like the repast, I tell them they're gonna have a party for you or with you, which means you might well party it up, not saying because I have business in it, but if you're the type and they have a family member, they're gonna share the love, might share it now, they're just trying to show it when you're in the casket.
Makes sense.
And sadly, we've had that happen where people book their party far out, and they like, we booked this 80th for our grandma, she passed, can we have a repass there? Or we've had people that just gave me chills, or we've had people that had an event here, a party, and then they
2 months later,
they're like, oh, my mom passed, can we have a repass? I'm like, that's so sad. I mean,
We remember them.
Right, because we don't, like some event spaces, they take pictures. We don't post pictures because it's your party. The only time I post pictures is if it's my event, or if we do the landing before. So I feel like we're letting you use our space. It's not for me to take pictures of somebody else's party. It's your private party. But some people do take pictures of parties, and I don't take pictures of the party because it's not a guarantee that your party's gonna be like that. Somebody had an orange, purple, and green party. Yours might be red and white. But if we do the linen, we do take pictures. When you get here, we make sure you got everything you need, and we leave. We try to give you a space. We just ask you to leave it like you had it, and then we come back when it's over.
Okay. And before we get out of here, I know I showed the people in the beginning of the video, but let us know where y'all located at.
We're at 47 Florissant Oak Shopping Center. Some people still remember us from being 2 doors down from Sticks and Ice, around the corner from McDonald's in the McDonald's parking lot, across from Honey Baked Ham. Or the fun thing is you can put us in Google. If you put LASHAYS in Google, it will bring you directly to LASHAYS. That's where we at, y'all.
And with that being said, man, this was another great episode with Boss Talk STL. And another thing that we like to expose, and the reason why we highlight these things are the stories like you just heard about. And it's like people say our people can't come together, but this is a show right here letting people know that we are able to do that, and it is positivity and things happening like that in our community. It just has to be exposed and highlighted. And I appreciate y'all today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.